Well, CoastLife, it's no secret that I feel like beauty standards are constantly changing. And, are you the clean girl aesthetic? Are you a messy girl aesthetic? Charlie, which girl is your aesthetic?
I'm so
More of a clean girl
terrified. I'm so
yourself?
terrified to answer that question. No, my aesthetic is just toss on a suit and dress nice.
And call it a day. But
A little preppy.
Okay, yeah, see, preppy, another look, aesthetic, style, all those things. I had somebody one time was like, yeah, it's preppy, not really my thing. No offense. And I was like, why would I take offense to that? Did you assume I was a preppy person?
Honestly, my fashion is just a lack of fashion because most of the things I buy are because I can wear them at work. And so my out of work stuff is just like a mishmash of whateverness.
It happens. But it seems there's also been a shift online, not just to looking your best, but also feeling good and having that sort of be the core focus of what that conversation space looks like. So it's more about feeling good as opposed to looking good has been that shift.
You know, that's interesting because you're about to read here and I want you to get to it.
Yes.
I want you to go through some of these things and then I have a take about what that actually means.
I think that's a great idea. According to a new survey, a big shift in how Americans view health. 77% now say that they care more about feeling good inside than looking good outside. Instead of chasing that perfect beach body, people are adopting simple feel-good habits. Things like getting enough sleep, eating nourishing meals, moving in ways that they enjoy, like dancing or walking, as opposed to if you don't like heavy lifting, why are you going to the gym and lifting heavy weights? Saying no to energy drains, spending time in nature, disconnecting from screens, turning to gut health and like taking care of your gut. They believe that affects mood and are taking probiotics as well. Experts say that this reflects a new wave of wellness, prioritizing sustainable routines, emotional well-being, and the mind-body connection over extreme diets and fitness trends.
But here's the thing, everything that you just said there, with the exception of not going to the gym, but if you're replacing it with walking or doing something active, everything you just said there is what getting in shape sounds like if you're doing it the right way. Now, it's easy to go too far, to get into the level where you start to get a little body dysmorphic. I've got to lose every pound to be perfect, or I've got to gain this much muscle mass, or whatever it might be. But everything else there is just, getting enough sleep, that's a big part of staying in shape. Being active, big part of staying in shape. Eating healthy, big part of staying in shape. So while they're couching this as just a feel-good side of it, that really is like 2/3 of the get in shape playbook.
Absolutely. And I think, when you feel good, you do look good because you're taking care of yourself. Now, whether that's just a certain a different glow about you because you're getting enough sleep and you're feeling a lot better, I think people perceive you to look a lot better if you're also at your best. But I think, maybe some of the more nuanced differences is that the goal is different. The goal is more to just tend to your mind-body connection as opposed to, okay, I've got to do this crash diet. I'm cutting out carbs for X amount of time so that I can lose this specific amount of weight.
It's healthy. It's healthy health versus toxic health.
Yeah.
And I think that is the trend that's a positive thing to embrace.
Oh, yes.
People really should. But I think it is a little bit funny that, again, most of that list is what, if you went to a nutritionist, they would say, here are the things we need to do to get you to your goals.
I mean, one of my biggest beefs with some of the fitness trends, and when I say fitness trends, I really mean those diet, the fad diets where it's okay, cut this out and never enjoy eating again, because I think a lot of people struggle with enjoying food versus losing weight. And maybe that's because you're a big fan of hot dogs. Today is National Hotdog Day. We have to talk about it because yesterday in our great debate, we also talked about Usain Bolt and Joey Chestnut in our great debate and who would win if you had to eat a hot dog then run 100 meters.
I still maintain it's Joey Chestnut.
We were pretty split in the comments. We were 50-50. So. Yeah. And a couple of sick emojis because people did not like the thought of that. But it popped into my mind, what is the perfect hot dog? Because there's many different ways, many different styles, toppings that you have when it comes to crafting your perfect hot dog.
So I've said this before here on this couch, and she called out my Alaska, but it's a reindeer sausage.
Right,
is the best.
That's right.
It's just it's a little bit better than a brat. It's better than your average hot dog. It is great, and if you get some ketchup, some mustard, the right kind of bun.
I like that. I like. I think I'm a more.
And by the way, I know I just offended everybody in Chicago by saying I put ketchup on there, but I do, and you're gonna have to live with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think generally speaking, I'm a classics. I like mustard, relish, onion, And ketchup I can give or take. That just depends on the mood. Sometimes I'll grab it, sometimes I won't. I love a cheese dog. That's my preferred hot dog. But I'm not a chili dog girl. It's too much
is going on. That's how I feel about relish too. Like, I want the hot dog. That's what I'm there for. Everything else is an accoutrement. But for a lot of people,
I think I like the texture of like having a crunch of the onion, and like I just like stuff.
I think for a lot of people, the hot dog is just the vehicle to get the other stuff in your mouth. I actually like the hot dog part of it. That's why I'm there, which is probably why I'm more particular about the specific meat of the hot dog versus the condiments, where some people might be more particular about the condiments.
Yeah, I think for me it's more about the atmosphere at which you eat and enjoy a hot dog, because there's nothing like a beach bonfire and a hot dog.
Beach bonfire, a great baseball game. Always a big fan of a little hot dog cart on a sunny day in the right place in the right city or town. That's a win. I love it.
They're dependable, and they're here for you. But you can chime in the conversation as well. What's the perfect way to eat a hot dog? Are you going to celebrate National Hot Dog Day today? You can let us know. But coming up on Coast Life, we've got a really great event celebrating Ocean City and surfing and Ocean City's history of surfing. All the details on the way.